What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you week five of the D&D or Duns vs. Dragonites. This week we are taking on Caleb and the Aveley Ampharos. Caleb sniped me on a few mons that I wanted this draft, so we're looking to get a little bit of revenge for that. I think it was only the Mimikyu and the Darmanitan that he ended up sniping. I might have been looking at Chinchino too. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyways, we are playing Caleb. So let's run through his team really quickly here. He has Xurkitree, Megaseptile, Tentacruel, Xatu, Avalugg, Jirachi, Mimikyu, Darmanitan, Chinchino, and Quagsire and Vivian. I was expecting the Xurkitree, the Xatu, the Jirachi, Mimikyu, Darmanitan, Chinchino, and Quagsire. And he ended up surprising me with a few things here. I think Megaseptile, Tentacruel, and Avalugg were all surprises to me. Notably, he did bring his priority. He brought two of his potential hazard setters in Tentacruel and Jirachi, although based on the look of that team, it's probably Scarf Jirachi. He brought removal in Tentacruel with Spin and Avalugg with Spin, both potentially. And he brought his 4x weakness to Ice in Megaseptile. Yeah, so if you haven't seen my team builder, you should check that out. But if you haven't, then I'll just run through my team really quickly here. We're bringing physically defensive Ferrothorn, specially defensive Zapdos, Scarf Zygarde 10, Sash Speed Passing Scully, Standard, Mega Medicham, and Specs Chandelure. So I was really excited to not see the Darmanitan because I was sort of having an internal freak out before the game, like, oh, what am I going to lead against Scarf Darmanitan? And I was like, I kind of have an idea. I'm not going to go into my strategy too much with this game because I do have to play Caleb again this season, and so just in case he watches this, I don't want to give away all my strategies for when we play in week 11. In week 11, which is 6 weeks from now, but still, he could just go back and watch the video. So I decided my best play was to lead Zapdos against the team that he brought, because I can get a U-turn off, and the calc showed that I lived Chinchino Rock Blast because it's not part of the standard set, so it automatically sets it to 3 hits instead of 5 hits, like other skill link, like Tail Slap and Bullet Seed would be. So I end up leading with Zapdos, and we will find out right here that my calc was wrong, because we obviously take 5 Rock Blasts, and so we die. Not much to do about that, really. That was just a misplay on my part, a really bad misplay on my part, because I think Zapdos was really useful, and Ferrothorn hard-walled this thing, so I should have just gone into Ferrothorn turn 1. We do, however, find out that that is banded, so I can threaten this thing out with my Medicham, and I decided to not click the fighting move because I think Tentacruel is a good switch into the fighting move, or Mimikyu, so I'm just going to go for the Zen Headbutt here. Knowing that he's locked into Rock Blast, he cannot kill me with a Rock Blast because I do resist it, unless he crits me 5 times, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt as he goes into Mimikyu, so we pop the Disguise for free. Now Ferrothorn comes in, and it's going to wall this thing. We'll see just how much Shadow Sneak was going to do. I actually could have killed it with Bullet Punch, I think. Potentially would have killed it with Bullet Punch there. That might have been the play to get Mega Medicham a kill. But he ends up showing the Life Orb recoil too, so he took a lot of recoil just for that tiny amount of damage from Shadow Sneak. And now I'm going to set up the rocks, I think. Because rocks are really good against his team. Yep, there's the rocks. Now at this point, he has nothing, and Gyro Ball is going to knock this thing out. So that's my play as he's SDs again. +2 Shadow Claw was doing nothing to me. When Sceptile comes in here, I know I can eat an HP Fire, so I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball again. We'll see how much damage this Gyro Ball does. It's not supposed to kill, but it's supposed to do a little bit. Focus Blast unfortunately misses. Focus Blast was doing about the same as HP Fire, so I think HP Fire was probably the play instead of Focus Blast there, because obviously HP Fire can't miss. But yeah, so my Gyro Ball does a chunk of damage, and now Dragon Pulse does pretty much nothing, and Gyro Ball is going to knock the Sceptile out. So that's really good for us because we just knocked out 2 of his really fast threats. He's still got Chinchino and Jirachi that I have to worry about, but in comes the Avalugg, taking massive damage from rocks. The Earthquake, we actually see that that's Adamant max attack at the very least on that Earthquake. I'm not sure what item he is, but that's definitely Adamant max attack. So I'm just going to get a Leech Seed off on this thing, thinking he was going to Rapid Spin or something, potentially. We do see he's faster, so he has some speed investment, probably. Maybe? Wait, Avalug's 28, Ferrothorn. No, he doesn't. Plus we're on minus speed nature, so we're the slowest thing in this entire game. But Leech Seed plus Power Whip. There's the Avalanche. It does a little bit of damage actually, but he does take Iron Barbs from Avalanche, so that's a thing. And now Leech Seed recovery is really good. At this point, I thought he might spin, so I was gonna go for the rocks because we've seen him switch up moves, so I know he's not banded. He goes for the Earthquake again, which does pretty much minimal damage. Kind of a wasted turn, honestly. I could have Power Whipped and killed him a turn early, but I wanted to get the Leech Seed recovery too. Body Slam's just going to kill himself with the Iron Barbs, but I'm not going to get the recovery from the Leech Seed. I'm still pretty much where I am. Jirachi, I live a Fire Punch actually because we're physically defensive. Unless he's Adamant Choice Banded Jirachi, and I'm pretty sure this thing is Scarfed. So I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed again. As he doesn't even have Fire Punch, he has Ice Punch instead. So he's taking a ton of residual here. Ferrothorn's healing up. Really good for my Ferrothorn. In comes Tentacruel. I'm just going to Power Whip. And sorry, Gyro Ball, I actually get the crit. Showdown's crit mechanics are still messed up, but I believe this was the only crit in the entire game, which is kind of reasonable for how many turns we played. So I want to apologize to Caleb in advance if that crit changed the way that he played the game. But honestly, it didn't change the way that I played the game at all. So yeah, there's Tentacruel. I'm gonna click Power Whip here. I don't want him to get Liquid Ooze off on Leech Seed or something. He does burn me with the Scald. Power Whip ends up killing him anyways, just because Ferrothorn has a really good attack stat, base attack stat. So in comes Cinccino now, I think. And this thing has nothing to hit me with, honestly. Like, Ferrothorn hardwalled this thing. Rock Blast is his best play so that he's not taking Iron Barbs, but I'm just gonna Leech Seed him. And then I think Gyro Ball is the play on the Cinccino. I want to say Gyro Ball's in the play. It's kind of long here because the Rock Blast just keep, like, obviously 5 Rock Blast hits. Oh, there's a crit. Sorry, there was 1 crit, but obviously it's a 5-hit move. So, yeah, Gyro Ball's still doing a lot even though I'm burned. And he's really, really low. So, I actually just go for another Gyro Ball to confirm the kill here. Because it's 100% accurate and I know that it's going to kill him. So that's what I'm clicking as he clicks Rock Blast. And since we know that Jirachi doesn't have Fire Punch and he has to lock himself into something, Ferrothorn kind of just beats Jirachi. So here comes Jirachi. I'm going to Leech Seed on it again, I think, as he player offs, which is actually, it was his best move. Unfortunately, it's not doing anything to my Ferrothorn, and I'm healing more than he's doing to me, plus burn. But it was his best play to be able to kill my Mega Medicham. So Gyro Ball, and then I think I go for one last Gyro Ball in case I want to miss. No, sorry, he just dies to Iron Barbs damage at the end there. So we end up winning the game 5-0. It's our biggest win of the season so far, and Ferrothorn actually picks up 6 kills. He had nothing for Ferrothorn. He didn't bring anything for Ferrothorn. Because Darmanitan didn't come, Ferrothorn had an even easier time of things. Obviously, Quagsire didn't even hard wall this thing because I took Power Whip before the Quagsire. If he was like Quiver Dance Vivian with HP Fire, I'd be a little bit more worried. But again, Gyro Ball is going to destroy that thing. Xurkitree, like Z Electric Terrain Xurkitree or something, might have been a problem with HP Fire. But it seemed he had no fire coverage for my Ferrothorn. So Ferrothorn cleaned up. Chandelure, Zygarde, and Scolipede didn't even see the field. And yeah, just a pretty clean game overall for Ferrothorn. I'm really excited that we pulled off another win. We are now tied at the top of the standings in the conference, I want to say, with Dat Dude and Garibaldi. Especially since we picked up such a big differential win, I think we're tied. I don't exactly know, but I'm kind of hoping that we're tied. I know we're at least in the top 3 because all 3 of us are 4-1 now. Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening standings wise. Now next week we play the NAC Breloom. I think this is Barry Eternal. I'm gonna go with yes because Jed definitely played him this week and I remember the team. So next week we play Barry and the NAC Breloom. Keep an eye out for that, and I will catch you guys later.